I'm Dave Dowling with MobileDeviceTV.com. We're here today with Larry Snook, and he is working on a project here for a nonprofit called Creating Memories. And Larry, we're in a log cabin here just above the Oregon State Park of the Wallowas here on the Wallowa Lake. And Larry, for our audiences, what is it that we're going to be organizing here that we're going to need some laborers to come in and help finish out this building? What's the project happening?
We have a log home that was donated, and the windows have all been cut out. The framing needs to be done in the installation of the windows, and we are doing it all on volunteer labor. So some skilled people to come and help us would make this project a pretty short-term deal to close the lodge in.
And working with a log cabin, there are some specific knowledges in order to install these windows correctly. And we're going to have on site an expert who's worked with these log cabins. So if you're skilled labor, it's not important that you've ever worked on a log cabin, but your ability to set a window is important. But doesn't matter your career background, we're going to have an expert on site to guide these guys.
The fellow that's going to be here, Bill Bronson, is actually part of the organization that built this building. So he has as good a knowledge as anybody can have.
And a little background about Creating Memories. This is a nonprofit that has helped handicapped children have an outdoor experience. And this lodge is going to be used so those families and those handicapped kids can take in this amazing location. And why is Creating Memories important to you?
Because I like to see kids, whether they're disabled or not, enjoy the outdoors. And I came here as a young man, a Boy Scout, and actually had 2 different weeks, 2 years that I was a scout in this camp. And so there's a tie to the camp as well as to kids. Yeah. Kids today, with the absence of fathers and families and stuff, they need as much help as they can get.
And in your store, you have a picture of a young woman in a wheelchair with her dad. And share with us this story about this handicapped young woman and her experience that you're aware of.
That's Ashley, and she's one of a set of triplets that was born, 2 of them with cerebral palsy and 1 without. Her brother is currently at the University of Oregon with hope of being a lawyer. He has difficulty getting around, but he's been on successful hunts with Creating Memories, as Ashley, who's in the picture. Ashley is much more disabled than her brother is, but she has been able to pull the trigger 2 or 3 times now to take an animal.
And now I want you all to meet Steve Sharp. He's a board member with Creative Memories and one of our fishing guides. And Steve, you've taken hundreds of people out with a handicap and had an amazing fishing experience. And now as this lodge is coming together, how do you feel about being able to see these people in that lodge getting ready to go out on their trip or coming back and resting in it or playing games? Tell us why you're excited to be around getting this lodge finished.
Well, the main thing is to have a point of center, to where everybody can meet, where we can run functions out of. We can have meals, different things like that. As of now, we all, do that sort of thing, but we don't have a building to actually run the facility or the organization out of.
And it's so important when you're out fishing on Wallowa Lake to have a place to come back to and get collected. And, you've seen the look in these guys' eyes when they catch that fish. Share with us some examples that you've seen how some of these participants feel when they hook a fish.
Yeah, it's real exciting. Some of these children and elderly people that we take out, it's their first time fishing. It's the first trout they've caught, first bass they've ever caught. And, to see a kid that pretty much his life has been, at home, they're in a wheelchair, they may go to school, but they don't have sports, they don't have activities. To see them pull a trout out, to see the smile, to see, the fishing pole wiggling, they love it. and to give them that gift is awesome. To be able to be part of this, and like you're saying with the lodge, to have a place for them to come back to, unwind, maybe just spend a day resting. Some of these children are not physically capable of doing several days of fishing or hunting, and or even animal viewing. So they're able to come back and have a place to kind of just unwind, and kind of hang out. But yeah, it's neat. It's a lot of fun to do this.
Well, thanks for all you do for Creative Memories. Lots of young people, old people have been invigorated and inspired for being a part of the great Oregon outdoors, northwest part of the United States as well, of the places that we've been able to take our wonderful participants to. But make sure you see the URL on screen to get connected to Larry Snook, who can organize the time when you can come to the lodge and finish our labor. And thanks for talking with us very much, Steve. And check out the URL on screen about Creative Memories. Thank you.